Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and today we're going to talk about Patchouli 24 by House of Labo. Yes, fall is here and it's one of my favorite time of the year. That's when I pull out my leather jacket, and this fragrance is one of those fragrances that you want to wear with your leather jacket. It has that bad boy, leathery, dirty leathery type of a smoky smell to it, which we will get to the notes later on down the video. But before that, I would like to talk about Labo a little bit. Now, Labo, it's one of those interesting houses that it's a hit and miss. Either people love their fragrances or they hate it. So they're very unique, and that's what I love about Labo. And they usually have a podium at Nordstrom where you go in there, and there's someone there that they actually make the fragrance right in front of you. They pull the ingredients out of the fridge and they start pouring it for you, and they make it right in front of you. And they usually ask you what you want to have on the sticker, if you want to put your name on there or the name of your company or whatever. And then they also put the dates, and they put the name of the person that made the fragrance for you. So that's one of the unique stuff when it comes to House of Labo. Now, Patchouli 24 is a leathery woody chip fragrance, and it was launched in 2006. And the nose behind this fragrance is Annick Menardo. Now, as I said earlier, it's a smoky type of a fragrance. It's very unique. It has a very specific DNA to it, which either you love it or you hate it. But I can tell you this, it's a perfect fragrance for fall or the rainy days. It's for that type of a season when it comes to this fragrance. And man, I love the smell of this fragrance, so unique. So with that being said, on the initial spray, when you spray it, the first thing that I get, it's very smoky. It has that petrol / gas type of a smell to it. It has leather smell to it, but then at the same time, there's a balsamicness to it. I can also smell a little bit of vanilla, and I also smell the patchouli in here that makes it kind of earthy, and like I always say, it gives it a nice volume to the fragrance. So the combination of all this stuff makes this fragrance very smoky. When you're making a barbecue, that fire, that smell of the fire and the woods and everything, that's the smell that you get on the initial spray with this fragrance. Man, and I get a little bit of powdery as well too. So it has a touch of a powdery feel about it too. And it's very woody too at the same time. So anyways, so that's as far as the initial vibe that I get from this fragrance. Let's get to the notes of this fragrance. Now, the top notes, obviously it's patchouli, but this is not a patchouli fragrance. So you're not getting that as a main note. Your main note is, like I said, it's very leathery and very smoky. And where you get that leather and smokiness, you actually get that from birch and styrax, which is in the heart of this fragrance, is the middle note. So there's tons of styrax and tons of birch in this fragrance that makes it very smoky. And that mixed with the patchouli gives that campfire type of a smell to this fragrance. Now, in the base of this fragrance, just to make this fragrance bearable, there is vanilla in it that makes it sweet, and that's when it comes to the dry down of this fragrance. God, I can smell this right now. It smells so good. The dry down of this fragrance is beautiful. The vanilla starts coming out, it gets sweeter, and then it gets mixed with the styrax and it gets mixed with the birch. So you get that smoky, sweet type of a fragrance, and it's just wonderful. It's a beautiful fragrance and I love it. And as you can tell, it's one of those fragrances that can also have that cozy feel about it. On a rainy day in fall, you can definitely wear this fragrance and chill by yourself. So it doesn't have to be just for going out or going to a barbecue or going to a bar or something. You can definitely wear this fragrance for yourself. It's a very beautiful fragrance. I totally enjoy this fragrance. I wear this a lot during fall just by myself because I truly enjoy this DNA. It's very unique. It's very beautiful. So that's as far as the notes of patchouli goes. So let's get to performance and longevity of this fragrance. As you know, fragrances that have smokiness to them, they have vanilla in them, styrex in them, and patchouli, these are monstrous notes. It's going to be very long lasting. It's going to perform really well. So I get easily 8 hours out of this fragrance, 8 to 10 hours. And the dry down, it's just so gorgeous on this fragrance. So as far as the performance and longevity, it will receive a 9 out of 10 for me for this fragrance. So let's get to the projection and sillage of this fragrance. This is a projection and sillage fragrance. It projects 5 to 6 feet. So anyone far away from you, they can totally smell this. You walk in the room, before you enter the room, the smell will enter the room. People will totally smell you. It's one of those fragrances. So be careful with the trigger so you don't choke people with this. This is an outside fragrance, going to a club or going to a bar or outside by barbecue or whatever type of event that takes outside during the fall or even winter. This fragrance will do great and you will definitely stand out. So as far as the projection sillage goes, I will give it a 9 out of 10 as well when it comes to this fragrance. Now, one thing about sillage, this is one of those fragrances when you pass people by, they totally smell that smokiness of this fragrance. I remember I smelled this on one of my coworker, and I was working on the computer and they passed me by, and I'm not suggesting you to wear this at work. This is definitely not a work type of a fragrance, but they were wearing this because we always do that stuff at work just to see what type of fragrances we have. So they were wearing this fragrance and they passed me by, and it was the first time I smelled it, and I just stopped whatever I was doing. I'm like, oh my God, this smells so good. And on that person, it smelled very powdery actually. So that's why I mentioned that this fragrance is powdery as well too. So it has that powdery smokiness to it. So depending on your body and depending on your skin and your pH levels, it can smell differently on everybody else. So as far as the projection sillage, I already said it's going to get a 9 out of 10. So let's get to compliment factor of this fragrance. This is, again, one of those fragrances that it's half and half. You never know. It's definitely not a mass-pleasing fragrance. It's not a designer fragrance. It doesn't have a mass-appealing DNA, but it's very unique. So you would stand out, and if you're wearing the right outfit with it, like leather jacket or whatever, and you have that bad boy vibe with you, you will definitely pull it off and you will definitely get a lot of compliments. Again, when I wear this fragrance with this type of outfit that I'm wearing right now, I get a lot of compliments. People say, oh my God, it totally goes with your outfit, and I get tons of compliments with this. So, but because it doesn't go with every situation and it doesn't go for everyone, and some people can be put off by this smell, I would give it a 5 out of 10 when it comes to compliments. But in my book, I would give it a 10 out of 10. So just to put that out there. So that's as far as the compliments goes. Let's get to versatility of this fragrance. This is obviously not a versatile fragrance. It's very unique. I already mentioned when you can wear this fragrance, so I don't really have to get into it. I would say it's more of a fall and winter type of fragrance, and it would do great in a large outside places, or even in a bar or a club would do great, just depending where you go. So I would definitely not wear this in a car with a bunch of people because you're gonna choke them to death. So don't do that. And again, be definitely careful with the sprays on this. Don't go too crazy. So watch out that trigger. So let's get to the uniqueness of this fragrance. This is definitely a unique fragrance. Like I said, it has a very unique DNA. It's very artistic. I mean, you get the smell of campfire. You got that petrol, gasoline type of smell, not in a bad way, in a really pleasant way, because you have patchouli and you have vanilla that makes it sweet and makes it earthy and gives it a nice volume. So therefore, it's not off-putting by any means at all. It's beautiful. So again, as far as the uniqueness, I would give it a 9 out of 10. And one thing that I wanted to add again, this is not your regular leather scent. It's not like Tuscan leather or Ombre leather 16 or Ombre leather by Tom Ford or Godolphin by Parfums de Marly. Those are clean leather. Those are like getting inside a Bentley or getting inside a brand new Mercedes-Benz type of a leather smell. This is, like I said, of a dirty type of a leather smell, barnyardish type of a leather smell, which I truly, truly love about this fragrance. So that's that. Now, that's it. That's all I have for Patchouli number 24. It's one of my favorite fragrances as far as leather fragrances goes. It's very unique. I love it. And if you guys own this fragrance, please let me know what you think of this fragrance in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And that's it, you guys. That's all I have for Patchouli 24. Hopefully see you guys soon with another video. Ciao.